just got back from the chiropractor, who just reminded me in his very French and stern way that being 9 weeks postpartum is still very early on. My organs are still rearranging and I am still an absolute baby newborn mom. And I went to the chiropractor because yesterday at my pelvic floor physical therapy appointment, I mentioned to my amazing therapist, Agata, that I was having some lower back discomfort. And when she asked me how long it's been going on for, I had to think back and I was like, since my mom came to visit, which was 6 weeks ago. And I bring this up because I'm kind of laughing at myself and also kind of in shock that I feel as though I've been paying such close attention to my recovery and being very intentional with my postpartum, and yet somehow I've managed to have back pain for 6 weeks without finding a resolution. And it just goes to show that when, there's only so much that we can do and only so much that we can focus on, but I think for me, the lesson is just to take it one day at a time and to get the help that I need when I need it, like now. So luckily, it looks like I am going to be on the mend and getting the right support. I'm breastfeeding Lucas right now as I'm doing this video. So if I'm making you hear strange noises, that's what's happening. And I'm also on a little birth ball because it helps make my back feel better. Oh my God. Week 9 has been pretty interesting so far. I find myself also beyond the lower back, which is really sacroiliac joint SI pain, also kind of in the throes of that part of hormone rebalancing recovery where I'm losing a lot of hair. And I don't remember that really happening in my first postpartum. So I'm kind of like, oh my God, maybe I need to take another look at what I'm eating and how much good fat I'm really getting. So yeah, it's been interesting. Basically, my apartment is covered in, today, laundry and my hair. The thing that I intended to talk about this week is a topic, though, that is really near and dear to my heart, and that is breastfeeding and pumping and feeding my baby. With Lila, I introduced a bottle and pumped to fill those bottles, all of them, very diligently, starting when she was about 6 weeks old. I did that because I wanted to make sure that if I was in a client session that she would be totally covered and nothing would happen with me running out to go feed her because she's hungry. And she ended up liking the bottle a lot more than feeding from the breast directly. And it was a really big part of my breastfeeding journey to kind of come to terms with the fact that I was going to be pumping way more than actually feeding with her directly on my body, which for me feels so much better. And so anyways, I have been really hesitant to introduce the bottle to Lucas, and I have zero desire to pump. And other than using my Haka silicone breast milk catcher, which is the best thing in the world, I highly recommend it, I have been so resistant to pumping and to cleaning the bottles and sterilizing the bottles and transporting them and figuring all that out. But now that my client base is growing again and again, I'm asking this question: can I continue to exclusively breastfeed? Do I want to? Do the benefits of having that close personal connection that I am so loving, do those outweigh the risks of me needing to be somewhere or do something and kind of being in a pickle because I can't leave him? Or even something as silly as socially. My friends invited me to go see Avatar, which is a 3-hour-long movie, and I was like, do you think it's okay if I bring my baby? Because he's gonna wanna eat. So I'm kind of in this period of just kind of being with all of these conflicting emotions. The protectiveness of wanting to keep my breastfeeding relationship with Lucas sacred and not do anything to compromise that. And then also asking myself, is this practical? Is this feasible? For me, sleep, it's not a consideration because he sleeps so well. We've also been co-sleeping, so feeding has been really great. I feel like I'm sleeping better now than I did even during my pregnancy, which is a miracle and something that very few people experience. I know that. But sleep isn't what I'm thinking about as much as it really is that day to day and this protectiveness that I'm feeling. So that's something that is coming up a lot. And I know it's a topic that, whether it's day one or 1 year into new mom life, it's something that every woman experiences around feeding her child and what their relationship is and how things change and evolve and how they feel about it. It's way more personal and emotional and feels, at least for me, way more kind of raw than just the topic of, do I do formula or bottle, or do I pump, or do I do this or do that? It's not a logical thing. There's logic there, but it really is this close to the heart thing. And it's something that changes from child to child, from day to day, and it's all normal to be feeling this. And so I just share it because if you're feeling this too, you're not alone, or any spectrum of anything like that. Yeah, that's kind of it. So I'm gonna go do some pelvic floor PT exercises once I finish feeding my sweet baby, and then get back to writing after that. Wish you a wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in.